pressing the start live video.
Oh yeah. Once you go live, then I can tap into your joint and ask you.
I'm live now. I'm live now.
Alright, I'm gonna go
on the HIMandF joint.
Alright.
Open up our eyes and see the reality, and open up our mouths and speak about what we see. Not sugarcoating things, not just doing what society deems as what the norm is.
I want to hear what's going on in the streets.
Right.
But
and this is what's going on. This is what's up.
Pull up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I call podcast shows, the pull-up show. Because the streets is pulling up to the world.
Oh my stars. Oh. Oh my stars.
This the one.
Yeah. Recently my phone been ringing off the head.
What's up, everybody? Another episode of Influenced Opinions. Today, I got my special guest from season 1. If y'all don't know, y'all should. But if y'all don't, y'all need to go back to season 1 and check out my first official interview. It was with my man, Mr. James Hutchins. At the end of the day, James, he started his movement, his organization for what is called HIMandF. It is for helping incarcerated males and females. I told him about the concept of doing this show. He was on board as soon as I told him. And ever since then, I just been able to just evolve with more and more shows. So I just give him nothing but praise and nothing but the shout outs, you know what I'm saying? And
Appreciate it.
I just want to tell him thank you, you know, and it's like now, it's not even a year later, but he's back. And this dude got a story to tell y'all, all of the stuff that y'all may not have known that's been going on since we did our first show. That's what I wanted him to come on here and talk about now. So go ahead and let him know.
Hey, hello everybody. My name's James Hutchins. My organization is called HIMandF, helping incarcerated males and females. Man, this guy, Influenced Opinions, I appreciate y'all having me on your show again, man. I see you got your new studio, man. Brand new season. Yeah. Hey, man, it's always a pleasure, brother. I see your hard work pays off, man.
No question.
Yeah, man. I've been grinding, man. If y'all haven't recalled or haven't seen the old interview that we had back on season 1, I'm gonna give you a recap of what we got going on now since then. Basically, man, we still doing our thing, helping out the incarcerated males and females that's less fortunate. We put money on their books of $50 a month for a 6-month period, which is it goes a long way when you behind those walls. And we also do transportation for visitation, where we take the families to the prisons for free with no charge.
Wow.
And in a 3-hour radius from the Washington, D.C. area, which meaning I take you to West Virginia, parts of the Carolinas, D.C. and Maryland. And we don't even ask for no money, you know what I'm saying? We do accept appreciation donations. However, I don't look forward to those. It's all from the heart, because I know people that's in, they need that support and that love to give them hope so they can do right while they in there, and then also know that ain't nobody forget about them. So when they do come home, they don't have a chip on their shoulder or a certain type of grudge against, the outside community.
Right.
So, I've been raising money, as y'all know. I started off selling bottled waters, raising money for the organization. But now I done stepped my game up a little bit. I done went back in my roots of promotion. If y'all don't know me from the past, before my incarceration, I was one of the top promoters in the D.C. area. So now I have a series where I do a go-go edition of Incarcerated Lives Matter on a weekly basis. I call it Incarcerated Lives Matter Winning Weekend. And, we just doing it big now, man. That's how we doing it. We just, we having at least 200-300 people in there each and every weekend. They coming out for a cause, man. They not just coming out to party when you deal with us. they coming out to know that they helping out another loved one or somebody that incarcerated. They're actually helping because some of the proceeds that comes through those doors goes to those incarcerated males and females. So with that, being said, the club is called X4B. You know what I'm saying? If y'all familiar with the Maryland area, it's on Brinkley Road next to the old Club Elite. And man, it be a party, man. If y'all like go-go music, it's definitely a party.
Right.
It's definitely a situation that you want to be at. No violence, always good vibes, positive energy. Everything that I bring with me. Right. And a lot of people that's humble, and I just want to just be out to support what we got going on.
Right.
But yeah, that's what that's what we've been doing.
Well, I mean, see, the other thing is that so you've been doing the promotions, and we talked about that. We talked about that in the first interview, but let them know about all the other opportunities that came up with you just being able to speak publicly. Because it's funny because when we first did our episode, this was something new to both of us, and it was like you didn't know what this was going to gravitate to, and it was like I didn't know what it was going to be like. And I'll never forget, you was like, man, if it wasn't you, I wouldn't be speaking on this. And then it's like, as soon as that happened, how many speaking engagements have you been invited to? Like, you know what I mean? A lot of people have reached out to you.
Yes.
Just based off of them seeing the interview that you did with just me, where we didn't know what it was going to come from. But let them know.
Yes. Since we did our first interview, man, I have been getting calls. I was a little camera shy at first, just by being a street dude, I guess, man. You know,
you don't want to be in front of the camera.
At the end of the day, I got a lot of calls. I have done a magazine interview. I have done 6 or 7 different radio station interviews.
Wow.
I have done 2 other podcast interviews, and it opened the doors for me, for people to see what I got going on, so I could allow more people to know what's going on. And man, it's like I just had an interview Friday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, and Saturday. I'm sorry, I had an interview Friday and Saturday, so it's like
all this weekend.
Yeah. Now I'm at another interview Sunday, so it's almost like at the end of the day, it's all God's plan. I'm being humble through it all, through His journey He got me on, and I've been definitely busy, man. Getting the word out there and speaking at these places. And then also I've been meeting. I've been on the same panel since our last interview we had.
Yeah. It hasn't even been a year yet.
Yeah, I've been on the panel with Dr. Cornel West.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
and speaking in the same building with a guy that's powerful like that, talking about my organization.
Wow.
That was a huge, eye opener for me personally.
Yeah.
Like, by him, shaking his hand and he telling me just to keep doing what I'm doing. And then also Mr. Malik Shabazz. These are top guys that have been doing things for the community for years.
Right.
Years and years. If y'all know the history on these guys, and
check it out.
Me being on the same panel, speaking on what I got going on, and they sitting there just listening and shaking their head, and telling me to keep doing what I'm doing.
That's what's up.
It's a blessing, man.
Yeah.
So, and that's only been in a year.
Yeah.
So it's more to come to what we got going on, and that's how it is, man.
Yeah. So you first did the interview with me. We talked about certain things, and it's funny because a lot of people that may not have watched it, I want y'all to watch it. Make sure y'all watch it. It's a real deep episode. He talks about everything, his transition in life, being incarcerated, how he came up with the idea of helping incarcerated males and females, which in turn is the movement for Incarcerated Lives Matter. It's just different because now seeing as he's grown and how many other interviews he's done with people, I'm just like, wow, it's just crazy. And then it just goes to show how people really watch certain things and they see what others have in their platform. You know what I mean? Because at the time when we did it, we didn't know that other people were going to reach out to you.
Nah.
You know what I mean? And just to see, I knew that it was a significant story, and I knew it was something that people needed to hear about. But did I know all those people were going to reach out to you? No, I didn't. And it's just a blessing that all those people reached out to you. And I think it's real dope, you know, that you've been able to be on the same platforms, the same stages, same levels as a Cornel West, Malik Shabazz, or just even just being able to interact with just different males and females that have been incarcerated, letting them know that you haven't forgot about where you came from, you know, where you once were, you know what I mean? I noticed that you were helping to support a young lady that was incarcerated abroad. Let the people know about that.
Yeah, also I had a young lady that was locked up abroad, which means she was in Panama, in another country, and she's a U.S. citizen, and she went over there and got some trouble, and had to do her time and got convicted over there in another foreign country, and her name, you know, I keep that, you know, I don't let people know people's identity, but however though, she's been out there in Panama for 4 years, and she started using my service. She have a 10-year sentence, and she reached out to me on social media, and she started using my services of getting the $50 a month for the 6-month period. And one of the things that I do as all my people that use my services is to send me an essay of how life is while they're incarcerated and what their family's going through while they're being incarcerated. And it was a real touching situation with her, man. She's been over there for like 4 years. She's had to, you know, learn English in like 3 weeks. She was getting jumped every day for like 3 months straight. It just was a whole lot of things. And when she was getting the $50 from me, it went so far of a long way for her because she lost all her her people that was on the outside that's back in the U.S., she lost all their contact information. So she was just basically by herself, you know what I'm saying? And I was able to provide her the services I could give her. And she was just so humble and so blessed, and she just was so respectful. But yeah, I had her for like 6 months sending her money, man, and it just went so far with her. But I believe now she's coming back or already been to the U.S. because I haven't talked to her. Her 6 months been up, but she haven't been able to get back in touch with me through, you know, Messenger or whatever, emails, because I think she's been transferred back to the U.S. You know what I'm saying? Because she was waiting on the embassy, and she was letting me know about that. The embassy was doing her wrong, man, giving her a lot of, you know, she been fighting for like 3 years straight, waiting on the embassy to come pick up. So they'll tell her they go come get her, but don't come get her.
Wow.
So she was going through that.
Wow.
And I was just being, you know, a person of encouragement to her, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Listening to what she had
Let
to
her
say.
know that she got hope.
Yeah, and you know, we'll sit on the Messenger, we'll pray together, and you know, just give her hope, man, and hopefully she's doing well now and over here in the U.S. now. But
right.
So I can actually say I even went global with the services that I provide.
Right.
You know, through the social media.
Right.
She found me on social media of what I got going on.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And hey.
Yeah. Nah, so I mean, I think it's real deep, man. It's just funny how you just look at how we build these platforms and we don't know how it's going to really reach the people. And then as time goes on, you really start looking like, wow, look what I generated. Look what I've started. You know what I mean? And so I think it's real, like, really significant. So we touched on the young lady that you basically like sponsored. You know, you looked out for, you put money on her books. I guess the other thing is that people need to understand that you've evolved into helping a lot more people out. You've done a lot more interviews since our first interview. But then also, it's opened up doors for you to, what else? You've done more promotions, as you were saying you wanted to do your Incarcerated Lives Matter tour. You know, you wanted to open it up to the public, whereas though the public could help support by paying for certain venues or paying for certain events that they want to attend, which in turn would go back to helping the incarcerated males and females. So,
Yes.
you know, speak on that. Let them know about that.
Well, you know, basically with all that came in my way, you know, and it helped me out with the services that I provide by raising even more money from selling bottled. I mean, don't get me wrong, I ain't one of them guys that ain't gonna sell bottled waters now because I'm throwing these huge events. Nah,
Right, 'cause that's how you started.
yeah. As soon
Right.
as the weather break, you will see me on your local corners again with the Incarcerated Lives Matter shirts on, selling the bottled waters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it was cold outside, and by me starting to do the promotion thing and throwing events for the incarcerated, that kind of like
Went hand in hand. Yeah.
made it where, you know, you can't sell bottled waters in the
Right.
wintertime
Right.
in Washington D.C.
Right.
So it's like, you know, that kind of helped me out to do something else
That was
to
it,
go
right.
towards the, you know, the funding and everything of, you know, the gas money that I got to spend when I'm driving all the way to West Virginia,
Right.
you know, to take a family to the prison, or even putting the $50 a month on, you know, the people's books. I currently have 10 clients right
Right,
now. That's
right.
that's $500 a month.
Right. And you're not getting no state funding from that.
Nah,
You're not getting
I'm
none
not-
of that. That's
nah,
coming from your
that's-
own personal pocket or whatever money that you generate on your own.
Exactly.
Right,
You know,
right.
so at the end of the day, that I want to have 100. Once you got 100 people paying $50 a month, what's that? $5,000 a month that I'll be giving out. You know what I'm saying? To help out others that's less fortunate. You cannot have over $600 annually coming in from an outside source. Meaning you can't have money coming in from other people that's outside. I don't knock if you got a job while you're incarcerated. However, though, you cannot have $600 coming in from an outside source. So I help out less fortunate ones that don't have no support system. You know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of what we do. Because once we help those ones that's less fortunate, that gives them hope again to get back in contact with their family members so they can talk on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Get their health right when they can buy commissary. You don't got to eat all that processed stuff that the jails feed you and the prisons feed you.
Right.
You know? So that's how I look at it, man. Like it's just a wonderful thing, man. And if y'all, you know, in the area of the DMV, y'all just, you know, come on out to one of these events and pay at the door. When you pay at the door, just know that you paying at the door to party. Plus, you also giving back to a good cause of giving back to the less fortunate incarcerated males and females that don't have it.
Right.
So,
Right.
at the end of the day, it's like it's just a great situation, man. And all I can do is just be humble and just continue to do what I do.
Right.
And there's more things that's on the plate, man. I'm putting together Incarcerated Lives Matter tour where I'm bringing out all national artists that have been incarcerated before to 36 different cities, man. You know what I'm saying? We talking about the Boosies, the T.I.s, the DMXs, you know, all the ones that made the news, just to show people that you got a second chance out here. If they can do it, you can do it after you've been incarcerated before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all that stuff is all adding up and coming up. So
Right.
at the end of the day, man, it's way, way more bigger things that's in place, and that's for the future of it, or what I got going on.
Right. Nah, I respect it. And, you know, so one of the biggest things that we had talked about before, everybody that tuned in to the first interview, you know, I kept talking about this was a non-profit. As we spoke more and more about this, it was understood that Mr. Hutchins hadn't went through the whole process of getting his 501c3, and we didn't want to put it out there so that people could in turn knock him as if like, oh well, he doesn't really have the paperwork formed and all of this stuff that he was supposed to have done. So we wanted to be understood that this is his organization, currently, I think you're going through the process of getting your 501c3 now.
Yes.
You know, but at the time it was like, you know, I was speaking about, this is nonprofit, blah, 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 blah. And this is what's going on now. Like, you're working towards that. But we want to make sure that the people understand that we're going to address it as an organization.
Yes.
So that it wouldn't be anything that can come back negative. But, yeah. So, you know, I just wanted to bring that up. Also, with that being said, you know, me and you had spoke before about a significant situation that had happened, you know, with you having this organization, you know, which anybody who's running an organization would think that they could start an actual campaign. You started a campaign with GoFundMe.
Yes.
And,
yes.
you know, you put this campaign out there and wanted people to, if they felt that they wanted to get involved with what you had going on, they could donate. And you started this thing, and then all of a sudden, it was like, wow, GoFundMe just shut you down and didn't give you no explanation.
Yeah,
you know.
I can speak on that.
Yeah.
I set up a GoFundMe account. I put the goal at $500 to make for the goal. You know, you got to put a goal on there, how much you want to raise up, because I wanted to get donations coming in from the outside sources, like, you know, people that don't know me and just want to donate to the cause.
Right.
So I put it out there on GoFundMe.
Right.
So to make a long story short, I raised up about $1,200.
Wow.
I guess I went over the $500 mark.
Right.
And next thing you know, I'm getting an email. I posted it on my Instagram as well, of GoFundMe telling me that the money that's been donated to you,
right,
we cannot allow you to withdraw it, and we will be sending it back to the donators.
Wow.
Like, with no explanation though of why.
Wow.
And you know, I don't know how that worked, and I just looked at it as like, okay, I got all this money that was donated, because I wasn't taking the money out when
Right.
they was building it up
Right.
inside of the GoFundMe account.
Right.
So it's like, when they did that, it was kind of like a distraction to try to make me trip out and
Right.
get mad at it. But,
Right.
you know, through my humble experiences, man, I prayed on it, and I just let it be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I still haven't got no legal services or nothing to try to see why.
Right.
To call them, to contact them or anything. But, you know, now I just accept donations through Cash App. You know what I'm saying? I tell people, you know, if you want to donate something to me or buy a T-shirt or something from me, just Cash App me, because I don't want to go in that situation again
Right.
where all this money's being raised up,
And
then
you can't even
a
touch it.
multi-millionaire company like GoFundMe just takes the money.
Oh, you're right.
It tells
No
me that
explanation.
no explanation.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know, at the end of the day, maybe it might be because, you know, I was kind of not knowing about nonprofit organization or how to word what I got going on.
Right.
And by me saying I was a nonprofit, maybe that might be the reason. I don't know.
But it should have been explained.
It should have been explained to
Right,
me as well.
right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm an organization that has my 501c in process right now. You know what I'm saying, to receive that. And once I receive that, man, it's off to the races from
Sky's
there.
the limit. Yeah, sky's the limit.
You know.
Yeah, but nah, I just wanted to put that out there because I thought that was real strange, because me being a person that has been involved with different types of campaigns, well, I may not have donated, but I've seen different types of campaigns, and I've seen numerous crazy campaigns. You know, I'll never forget the time when Floyd Mayweather, we big in boxing, Floyd Mayweather was fighting Manny Pacquiao, and there was a lot of people that wanted to go to this fight. And as anybody that may be viewing knows, that this particular fight, it was going to be very, very expensive to get to, as far as the flight tickets, as far as being able to stay there, as far as any of the events. And I'll never forget, it was a young lady who made a GoFundMe account particularly for that, for people to sponsor her to go to this fight. And so I just think that's like really crazy, because, you know, you allow that, but then you won't allow a young man to have this set up to give back to others. So, you know, at the end of the day, like how you just said, I mean, if it was because there was a misunderstanding of what it was, hey, we're gonna get that. But it should have been some type of explanation. You know what I'm saying? Because anytime when you allow one thing of that sort, then if you're doing something on a level of giving back to individuals, you know, I don't see why that wasn't allowed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just something anybody from GoFundMe, any representative that may be watching or may hear about this, you know, I think that this young man needs an explanation. You know what I mean? Because I don't see where there's no validity with that, where you just allow that to just happen without an explanation. So we're not going to keep dwelling on that. I know I would never ask any of my viewers or my fans to reach me at GoFundMe, because I would just definitely now cut GoFundMe off, and any of my different people that I interact with, I would tell them to do the same. And so as my platform grows more and more, if I never hear that there's an explanation given to this young man, then I will make sure I keep putting the word out there, do not support GoFundMe. So, you know, that's how I do things. And this is how it is on Influenced Opinions. You know, we want people to be able to speak and tell about certain things that they have going on. And when there are companies or entities that are doing others incorrectly, that I may see incorrectly, and if you don't come out and speak about it, then the power is within the voice. And with my voice, I will put it out there that I'll just never do business with you, you know. And so that's one of the biggest things right there. So other than that, we're not going to dwell on that. We'll leave it at that. But, you know, it's like, you know, I just feel like, man, you just come a long way. You've had the experiences with doing the multiple radio shows. You've had the podcast. You have the Incarcerated Lives Matter tours. You know, you've been open to meeting different types of intellectual, well-known African-American leaders. Well, I mean, on that note, man, we touched on everything. I mean, like I said, to anybody who hasn't watched the first episode, make sure y'all watch the first episode. You know, you can really see how we both have grown as individuals. You can definitely see our growth. Other than that, you know, just hearing what he's saying now, you just hear all of the different blessings that he's been coming across. So one of the biggest things to give off to individuals that are watching is that with hard work, it pays off. You know, this young man, he didn't have none of these outlets when he first started. And then as he kept doing what he's doing, a lot of these outlets opened up for him. So that's just a good reference to anybody who's trying to do something. Like, don't give up on what you're trying to do. Just keep doing what you're doing. And in turn, as long as you stay consistent, a lot of doors will open up. So, I mean, on that note, you know, I just appreciate you coming out. But just let everybody know any of the social media outlets that they can reach you on, any of the names, you know, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Let them know what they can reach you on. And then after that, we just going to go ahead and end it. But let them know.
Okay, you can reach me on Facebook. My full name, James Hutchins. That's HUTCHINGS. And then also you can reach me on Instagram, Incarcerated Lives _matter, ENT. Or you can also meet me on HIMandF _lives _matter on Instagram as well. Again, you can reach me on Facebook. My full name, James Hutchins, HUTCHINGS. Or you can reach me on Instagram, Incarcerated Lives _matter, ENT. Or you can meet me on Instagram as well as HIMandF _lives _matter. And that's what I'm due. You know what I'm saying? If you want to call me, you can call me too. Business line open, 301-276-5200. If you got a loved one that needs some services from me, man, call me. Leave me a message, text message, whatever. Or if I answer, just let me know what it is. Just keep it 100 with me. That's all I know how to do is keep it 100. So That's all I can say. That's what it is. James Hutchins, HIMandF, helping incarcerated males and females. And man, y'all just, I'm coming to a city near you. So be watching out for me. Just like that.
Yeah, straight like that. So on that note, we out. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank y'all for watching, viewing, listening to this young man's story. And like I say on that note, just always remember, we all have influenced opinions. Share them sometimes.
I'm rolling and blowing, fuck it, I'ma do
I used to cop in the valley, they lob in the alley. I'm on my Vince Carter shit. Trapping in colleges, me and my partners was balling. You wasn't a part of it. My money be talking about money, your money be lying and arguing. My money can buy you a startup kit. Since y'all niggas always will start some shit.